his family down to Florida is what you look like.
I feel like I just got off the balls to the floor, buddy. All right, got it. All right.
The 10-2 or the balls to 4? Which watch would you rather have?
I'd say they're both equally miserable. All right, hang on.
They're both equally miserable.
We are rolling, my friend.
We're rolling, man. Here we go. All right. Well, this is our 2023 NFL Draft official Shipmate Sports podcast episode, right?
Mikey, yeah, it's the it's oh good God, my computer's driving me crazy here. Yeah, Mike. So we finally linked up again. You know, it's been a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a busy life. You know, we haven't taken off and have our own show on ESPN yet. So unfortunately, we're kind of at we're at the mercy of our jobs as to when we can actually get on. But we do have ongoing discussions with our agents about when we will be on live network television. Mikey, you know, who's the guy? Adam Schefter, right? He's always linked in. Look, Mikey, I got all 3 phones ready.
I got my phone.
Listen, I got 3 phones in case Adam Schefter wants to text me any heartbreaking news. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready, Mikey. We already know Aaron Rodgers is officially on the Jets. I get that next piece of information coming my way.
I mean, I'm saying, right? Like, you know, we have our what is it called? We have our finger on the pulse of what the people want around the world, actually, not just here in the States.
Oh, Mikey.
And I got to say, they want Michael, and they can't get enough of Joey and Michael. That's all I'm saying.
They're watching us in Kwajalein, Mikey.
They're watching. I don't know if they get. Well, they do get TV out there. That's true. We did see a football game in Kwajalein.
We certainly.
If you don't know what Kwajalein is, you're not alone. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure we still don't know what Kwajalein is.
Oh man, yeah. All right. So listen, the NFL draft, of course, we've had the discussion. I hate that it's on Thursday night, but you know what? That's not what we're going to talk about tonight. Carolina's got the first pick. Is Bryce Young going number 1?
I got Bryce Young. I think that if somebody is as good as he is, and the only critique on that person is like, well, he's not 6'3", and all the talent is there, I think you take him.
Okay, so now this is my developing take on Bryce Young. He's the number 1 pick. Okay.
Okay.
Carolina is and I don't think he plays this year. I think he needs a year on the bench. And then Carolina is going to have to take the Miami Dolphins approach. And they are going to have to sell out big time in free agency and in the draft next year to just load him up with weapons. What is the common factor with these quarterbacks when they're in Alabama, when they're playing at Alabama?
No,
they have their wide receivers are just a level above everybody. Look at what the Dolphins did when they put him. They gave him 2 great wide receivers, and he's thrived in that offense. Right now,
you're talking about Tua.
Tua, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Counter to that, look at what Matt Jones has done with pedestrian receivers. Nothing. So Bryce Young, if that's going to be the pick, who we both agree it should be, I think that the way to do it is you give him the year on the bench. Maybe he plays a couple of games at the end of the year when it's out of reach. You go wide receiver early in the draft next year. I don't know them, but I know they're saying next year's a deep wide receiver draft. And then you sell out in free agency. You trade some picks. You get yourself a big time receiver, and you go the Miami Dolphins approach and put a big offense around him.
So, like every quarterback in the NFL that's not Patrick Mahomes, you need to get weapons for your quarterback. I mean, Josh Allen, they went and got Stephon Diggs for him, right? I mean, Joe Burrow, right? They got Chase and Higgins over there.
Right.
Every quarterback needs a weapon. I mean, there is. So I don't know if you draft.
Hang on,
a guy,
Mike. Hang on. The commissioner's walking to the podium.
My stream is on delay. Apparently,
Well,
Anyway.
I think he's hang on. I'll
is
give
he
the
just
play.
saying this? The draft is starting. The Panthers are on the clock or whatever.
Yeah, they have the fake not Charlie Weiss. Who's the coach of the Chiefs? Tony not
Andy Reid.
Oh no, that's not not the fake Andy Reid. That's the guy from Modern Family.
Oh, okay. They got all kinds of celebrities lined up to make an announcement and everything.
That's Gina.
Yeah.
That's not
I think they just opened it. We got a bunch of Bengals fans.
All right. So they're saying, okay.
Why are they wow, they really do the draft has changed since we were in high school. I'm like,
Well, they're in Kansas City this year, right?
yeah.
So they're doing like a bunch of barbecue and all that.
I mean, it looks like it's a big to do.
That looks pretty awesome, man. It's outside. Looks like fun.
Wow, look, I mean, there is a sea of people there.
I mean, we love football, man.
All right. Well, they're doing
If you could go to either the Super Bowl or the draft, what would you go to?
Come on, Super Bowl, no question about it.
Really?
Yeah, not even a question.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Super Bowl is just so. I don't know. I feel like the draft is a little bit more chill, but a lot more fun because like it's all like hope and expectation, right? Like that. And the Super Bowl is like this event. It's not even about the game, right?
No, it's got to be the Super Bowl. I don't want to go chair somebody going to put on a shirt.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point.
What is it saying there? Okay.
I don't know who these people are.
I have no idea either. I'm kind of like looking back and forth.
Yeah, I know the guy from Modern Family because I've seen commercials for Modern Family, but yeah, I don't know who the girl is.
Jalen Carter,
the
defensive lineman from Georgia. Oh God, they're bringing out the trophy. Here we go. All right, great.
Heidi Gardner. I don't know who Heidi Gardner is. Go ahead. What about Jalen Carter?
They're saying that he might slide out of the top 10. And
where would you like to see somebody like Jalen Carter? Right, we've seen prospects in the past that have off the field issues. Right, go to a team that.
Well, Scout put it this way: Scouts are saying he is further along and better than Hutchinson was last year.
Yeah, but I mean,
and Hutchinson was very
does Jalen Carter want to play football, or just does he play football? I've seen some people say he's kind of like an Albert Hainsworth, right? Where he's just so physically gifted, he doesn't feel like he has to try.
Yeah.
Whereas if he were to try, he'd be like this. He'd be like the second overall pick or whatever, right?
Right, and obviously the character issues come in big here too, and that's kind of what I'm interested to see is how far he falls, and whatever team does take him, Mike. Can you agree that they'll have to explain why they made this pick?
Yeah, and I mean, there's going to be questions. Right, where from because you got to if you're, let's say Seattle takes him at 5, hypothetically.
Yeah.
That introductory press conference is going to be just hey, Coach Carroll, you took Carter, you took Jalen Carter number 5. You've got off the field issues, you've got character concerns, but he's a heck of a talent. What do you think you can do for him to keep him focused on football and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, but
I think teams already know that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I still think like whoever takes him is going to have to explain, how much, what work did you put into it? I mean,
dude, the explanation is here's a football talent. We need talent. We drafted a football talent. Like that's it, right? Like, Look, yeah, here's the bad thing is that we tend to forget, number one, there's 7 rounds to draft plus your undrafted free agents, right? And number two, half these guys in the first round aren't going to work.
Oh yeah.
They're just not, right? Like, I mean, go back 3 years, go down that first round draft. And I mean, I'll say this, like, I think that teams are getting better at doing their homework and drafting. There's a trade. Oh, sorry, this trade already happened. All right, never mind. Sorry. My stream is on mute.
Wait a minute. So I'm going to break in here. There is some talk about a trade for the number 2 pick.
We'll cross that bridge when the number 2 pick gets here, right?
All right. And it involves Mac Jones. I'm just saying.
Let's cross that bridge, because I know nothing. Christmas would be in April if the Patriots traded Mac Jones to anybody. The Patriots could trade Mac Jones to the Jets, and you'd be like, he's out. I'm good. We're good.
See ya. I'll pack your bags for you. All right.
Yeah.
Mac Jones and the number 14 pick. Does that get you the number 2 pick in the draft?
If you're Houston?
Yeah. Is that enough? Or would it have to be Mac Jones, the 14? Do you think it's
I don't think Mac Jones is worth the number 2 pick.
Oh no, he's not. Mac Jones alone? Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell
So
no.
you're saying what, Mac Jones and your first pick
Yeah, so Mac
in
Jones
this year's draft. Okay,
yeah. The Patriots first round pick, plus what else gets the number 2 pick?
I say like a third next year.
All right, so if you're saying, if they said Mac Jones, you're 1 and you're 2, that's too much, correct?
Correct. I think if it's like Mac Jones, you swap first round picks this year, and then you give you also send like a third next year for the number 2 overall pick this year, and you go and get, like, I'll tell you what, any of these quarterbacks, CJ Stroud, right, Will Levis. I'm not big on Anthony Richardson, but I think that a situation like New England, I still think Mac Jones can work in New England. That's me, and I know that that's not you.
Well, they got the camera on Bryce Young right now. He looks like he's getting himself all ready. He hasn't done the thing where he's on the phone like this yet. So
yeah, maybe they're doing it via text or something like that. Well, didn't Carolina say they know who they're taking at number 1?
Yeah, I think they said that about a week ago.
Well, was it a week ago? Well, the thing is, man, is that another caveat to the draft is that teams are not allowed to send in the pick too early,
right?
Because the NFL has to advertise or whatever, right?
They're trying to keep it a little secretive. And actually, when Hutch went first last year, but it wasn't a foregone conclusion, was it?
No, Hutchinson, the guy, what's his name, went first last year. Trayvon Walker went first to Jacksonville.
That's right.
And then Aiden Hutchinson went second overall to Detroit. Yeah, so I guess they have to do these breakdowns. I don't. I think I'm with you on the Thursday night draft. What was it before? Like Friday, Saturday, and that was it.
No, Saturday morning, buddy.
His first year.
Saturday morning.
That was the best, man. I think it started at like 10 in the morning. No,
I just watched it all day.
Oh, it was the best.
Well, they used to have like the first 3 rounds on Saturday.
I was 1 through 3 was on Saturday, 4 through 7 was on Sunday. Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, look, it's now. This is what drives me insane. It's 20 past 8, and we still haven't made the first pick. They're clapping in the war room in Charlotte, so the pick's in.
Okay, so shouldn't the pick have been in like yesterday?
Now wait a minute. When did Carolina add Adam Thielen? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they added DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, and I think I was talking to Griff earlier, Carolina fan. They added a running back from Philly, I think it was.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think so. So they're trying to put a few pieces in place. They don't have like that dominant number 1 wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins.
Let's give
Devontae
Thielen
Adams.
credit. Thielen was a solid receiver.
He was pretty good for a while, and
mean-
I don't know if he benefited from having Jefferson across from
No,
him.
I mean when
but I feel
Jefferson
like
before Jefferson got there, Thielen was putting up big numbers.
yeah, I feel like I don't like Thielen's character personally, just from having to see him twice a year as a Detroit fan.
The pick is in.
But he's always been a producer. He's always been solid. So I mean, you got a few pieces. I mean, the line in Carolina isn't bad. The running game is there, and I mean, Frank Reich's a good coach. So I think if it's Bryce Young, if you're telling me I don't know. I don't buy the height concerns too much. I mean, I do. I understand it's a concern. I just don't think it's a showstopper. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I guess they're talking to somebody on the phone. My stream is on. I'm like a few minutes behind.
So I have the NFL Network on.
Oh, you have cable. You're like a unicorn, man. Who has cable anymore? I guess at least one person does. Joey, we're all going to go back to the Stone Age. You're going to be sitting there on your sofa with cable TV, watching us all go back to the Stone Age. Is that Chris Mortensen? Dude, he has lost weight. Whoa.
I'm trying to figure out who the heck. So that's Rich Eisen on that's got the coverage for the NFL draft. I mean, on the NFL Network. All right, come on. The pick's been in for 5 minutes. Like,
yeah, but they're not. This is, oh man, you know how it is, right? You got to have all the advertising. It's all right. Like, we're watching. Or what are we gonna do? Not watch?
This is very possible for them to get up and running right now.
all right. So Houston's on the clock. Oh, if the pick ever officially gets announced, Houston should be on the clock as of now, because I believe that the clock starts as soon as the pick is in. Correct? Or does it?
If you're Houston, are you looking to trade, or because it's a rebuild in Houston, right? It's a rebuild.
I don't think that they believe that the quarterback to change their franchise is there. Bryce Young is going number one. Oh, there's Nick Saban.
His best year was 2012. I mean 2012. I mean 2021.
All right, so it's there was a little bit of back and forth there. There was a while where I think people thought it might be Stroud.
I mean, there's been a whole lot of speculation about this because this, in every, like, it was a couple years ago, right? It was Trevor Lawrence is going number one. It's already been decided and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just like a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, it was a foregone conclusion like 2 seasons before that.
Exactly, right? Like, they already knew. But this year, it's not that way, right? It hasn't really been that way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that way last year with Trayvon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson, right?
Right.
So, all right. So Bryce Young goes to Carolina.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, and again, I didn't realize they've already put in a little bit of work to improve the offense there. So, I don't know. I mean, what is the chances you think that he does take over for right off?
But I think you had the right idea, right? Like you had the right, like, hey, let's put some pieces around him, and then that way we set our quarterback up for success.
Yeah.
Right. We don't just say, hey, man, you're going to get us through next year. You're going to get us through this year to get to next year, and then we'll put pieces around you. Well, it's like, hey,
Tua sat, right? Tua sat his first year for most of it, right? He didn't play right out the gate.
I don't recall if he did or didn't, but I think he did. Right, yeah, no, he was it Fitzpatrick that was there?
I don't remember.
I don't either. This is how you know you have a full-time job.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what happened 3 years ago. Yeah, not many people do. Oh man, I mean, dude. The thing about Houston to me is that you could draft a player here and just kind of solidify the direction of your franchise, really. Or you could just trade back and be like, hey man, like there's no one player this year that's gonna like, you know, change the whole dynamic of our team. You go like Will Anderson and get the best edge rusher in the draft and all that, but I don't know if that just
I
don't know
don't
if that's enough. Go ahead.
No. So I don't. Houston's in a weird spot right now, and I don't know that anybody on the board does anything for them. Sorry, I know that's not where you're going with it, but I don't think that there's anybody on the board that does it for them. They've got to be filled in offers right now. Well, I guess I'm wrong because the pick is in. I switched over to ESPN.
Well, hold on. If you were going to trade with Houston, what player on the board right now says, "Hey, I need to trade up and right, I'll give you whatever you want. I need to come get this quarterback." I don't know if any player does that for you.
I mean, if somebody wants Stroud, I mean, they might be leapfrogging somebody to get there. But it's saying that the pick is in, and it doesn't say there was a trade. So,
well, I mean, we'll see. Who do you think is this a defensive pick?
I think they're going to go Stroud.
You think it's quarterback? You think it's Stroud? I think it's Will Anderson. I think they go defense. I think D'Amico Ryan's the coach. D'Amico Ryan's the defensive guy. He wants to start out. I don't think either of these quarterbacks really. Well, yeah, it might be Stroud, right? Oh, it's kind of interesting. I think it's defense. I think it's a defensive pick.
All right, so there we are.
Look at your boy Mac Jones up there with the other highest drafted Alabama quarterback. You're a favorite player, Joey.
Oh my God, dude, you're right about Mortensen. My God,
he's lost a lot of weight, right? I don't know if he's had some health issues or something like that.
Yeah, he had health things a few years back.
Did he really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I won't. Yeah, he just. Well, I'm glad to see he's apparently recovered and everything. Then you never know what somebody's going through, and that's.
Oh, Mike
That can
Greenberg.
be tough. So
Is that Mike Greenberg?
I don't know. My stream is. I'm still on Schefter and Mortensen.
Yeah, Mel Kiper. Yeah, Mel Kiper was always like the. He was always the one that was attached to the NFL draft. I just enjoy watching him.
Dude, I'll tell you this, man. And this is an unpopular opinion, but I've always liked Mel Kiper. Not because he's not right all the time or anything like that. And the draft is it's a gamble at best,
Right.
a lot of the times. But I like the energy that Mel Kiper brings because this is what he does, man. Like he studies all these guys, right? He looks at them all and like he can give you information that like I normally wouldn't have, right? I'm not watching all this college football tape, and
I mean,
back when I
nothing, Mike.
did have-
But if we were making Mel Kiper's money, I'm sure we could get a better insight to all these players. You know what I mean? I don't have 18 hours a day to. All right, here we go.
18 hours a day. I don't have 18 hours a week to.
I was right.
The
I
Stroud
said it too.
and the kid was right, huh? Jeez. All right, I was wrong. They don't go. So we got what? Stroud going?
Stroud's going. Yep. By the way, Casey's over there manning his phone too. He knows all these players, so he's giving
I'm
me
telling,
insight.
dude. Schefter is texting all of us. We're all in a group text together, and that's how it goes.
Casey's getting it firsthand from Adam Schefter.
His best year was 2021.
Okay.
Do you see the hats that they got, Mike? I feel like these look like the ones that we used to wear in like the 90s.
I'm responding to one of our guest commentators here. Hold on.
He is from Rancho Cucamonga,
on our YouTube channel.
California, and now Mel Kiper, he is-
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
6 interceptions last year.
Mac Jones wins 10 games this season. You two wear his shirt on a future podcast. If he does not, that's
Dave, he went out there and played great football against that Georgia defense.
So hold on, is it Mac Jones winning the
Had the
10
most
games,
yards.
or is it Bill Belichick winning the 10 games?
The most strides in 2000.
I'll tell you what, I will totally take that bet.
I feel sorry for him. Yes.
Hold on, Mac Jones wins
Yes.
10 games this
He has a
season, and you two
terrible
wear
team.
his shirt. All right, I will accept that bet. I will accept.
now. Wait a minute. So when Mac Jones is
Huh.
benched in the preseason and Bailey Zappi wins the 10 games, do those count as Mac Jones's wins?
No. We're talking regular season.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. If Mac Jones is the backup this year, and
Yeah.
the Patriots win 12 games with Bailey Zappi, I mean, does that count as Mac Jones? You know,
No. This is
'Cause he's
regular.
on
The preseason. The preseason doesn't
No,
count. They're
you-
trying to get rid of the.
you're not
preseason
getting what
off.
I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying here.
I don't like what you're saying.
I'm saying that Bailey Zappi is going to be the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, and Mac Jones
Week
is
one?
gonna- week 1. Mac Jones will be the backup. The Patriots will win 12 games with Bailey Zappi as the quarterback, but technically Mac Jones is on the team. So does Paul win the bet if Mac Jones is riding the bench?
No. No, he doesn't.
All
right.
DJ McCarthy has better pocket awareness than him.
Mac Jones has to be the starting quarterback and play the entire game. I'll tell you what, he has to start at the beginning of the game. All right. If they're up, 35-0 like they were on Detroit, and they got to put in the backups, you just give it to them. All right,
All right, so we're getting down to about 3.5 minutes left for Arizona. This is
All
where
right.
I think you guys got to come off the board now.
Who the Will Anderson?
Yeah, it's got to be Anderson now.
Nah, man, I think Arizona goes. They got to get some help for Kyler, right? They might trade back.
Good trade position right now. But Kyler, isn't there talk? Kyler might not be ready for the season.
Not be ready. What? What do you mean?
You think
Hey,
that
blew out his knee last year. Tore his ACL.
Really?
Yeah, it was against the
Oh
Patriots.
yeah. He wasn't playing towards the end. Okay.
Yeah, it was against the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots. This big stage.
What number are the Lions, Mikey?
6.
They're in the
6.
20s.
Detroit is 6-18.
6-18.
Yeah.
Do you see them using both of them?
God. What I want the Lions to do? I want them to go offensive line and then defense. I want them to get the best offensive lineman in the draft at 6, which I think it will be available on the board. And
You
then
think
at
that kid,
18, you can go
the kid
corner
from
or whatever.
Northwestern?
Yeah, Skoronsky or even there's another guy, I think his name's Darnell Wright.
You see J. Stroud.
Did pretty well against what's his name, Will Anderson.
The kid
But-
from Northwestern, they're saying he's just a phenomenal lineman. But I keep
I'm-
hearing
dude,
that his arms are too short.
Yeah, they said that about Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
I don't buy this. Your arms are too short to play. I get it. You want to. Can you play He's been playing offensive line. He's been dominant at the position for his whole time there, and now his arms are too short.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
bunch of how short are his arms? Is he just like
Well-
like come on?
Well, I love reading, and I hope this doesn't screw this up. Like, I love reading some of like the weaknesses. So, all right, so for Skoronsky, lacks normal franchise tackle length, somewhat susceptible to swims, not dominant run blocker today. Like, come on. It's just like these are such generic things to say, and it's like they have to come up with something like, all right, I'll pull up let's see. I'll pull up Devin Witherspoon. This is the cornerback out of Illinois. He's supposed to go in the top 10.
Yeah, Witherspoon. That's what they're saying. Detroit could take it 6 is Witherspoon.
Weaknesses. Needs to pack more weight on his 6-foot frame. Average top end recovery speed. Plays through the wide receiver's back too often. Like, all right, like
They have
It's-
second left.
It's
there a trade here? I don't know.
Oh, we got a trade. We got a trade.
All right.
It's Mac Jones going to Arizona, Mikey.
Oh,
Cardinals traded
I
to the
would-
Texans.
what the heck?
The Texans are back on the clock.
Texans are
They trade-
What is
I'm
happening,
loving
Mikey?
loving it, man. I'm loving it. All right.
And you were right.
The Cardinals are stupid.
Wow, the Texans traded into number 3.
Well, who are they going after then?
Right.
If it's Stroud, are they going after
It can't, I mean, it has to be Anderson.
is it Will Anderson? Because I mean,
I mean, they don't trade up to 3 for Skoronsky,
you don't you got to protect the quarterback,
They
right?
don't get Richards.
but you don't
The
trade.
three,
see,
the-
he's
the-
not. He's going to be available at 5 or 6. Why? You're not trading up to 3. This is
Yeah,
Will.
but
this has.
when is the next pick for Houston before they we'll see the details, but
This has to be Will
Um,
Anderson. Has to be.
I think right the positions that you have to solidify are number 1 quarterback.
Hang on. Who do you think
Number-
it is?
I don't think it's gonna be Richardson, the quarterback from Florida, because they already got a franchise.
Well, yeah, they
quarterback.
just drafted a quarterback, so of course it won't be him. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Mike.
Anyway, man, I appreciate the insight though. We take all viewpoints here on the official Shipmate Sports Podcast, brought to you by absolutely nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
God dang right. Dude, so sorry, I'm getting
I'm
Text
sorry,
messages.
Mike. I'm being thrown through a loop for Texans trading.
yeah.
Three.
No, I dig it. So the 3 most important positions, right? Quarterback, pass rusher, offensive tackle, left tackle, right?
Mhm.
And then you got to have your weapon. You got to have your receiver on the outside, something like that.
I didn't
So
hear
here-
he's coming
Right?
in.
The Texans.
Hang on,
well, they got
hang
the
on.
qu- Yeah,
Hang
yeah,
on,
yeah.
hang on.
I'm hanging on.
NFL draft. The Houston Texans select Will Anderson.
Yeah,
Jr.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson. All right. So hey, I was right about them going after Will Anderson. I was just a pick too early.
No, wait a minute. They have Will Anderson down as a linebacker. I thought he was an end. Is he one of those hybrid types?
Yeah, I think he's a guy that can really do a lot. So
Full-time SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow, that's a bold move by Houston. I wonder what they gave up. I'll be interested to see what they packaged together.
yeah, I want to see the details of this trade here.
2 years ago, he was spectacular. He said, well, he's going to be the number 1 pick next year, guaranteed.
Zach ratings.
So
I'm going to say
so who's up?
2021.
So Indy's up next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was the best for him.
Does Indy go quarterback here? Indy's got to
Um,
go. They got the ghost of Matt Ryan back there.
Well, so it's Richardson, it's Levis.
It's Richardson and Levis. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like Hendon Hooker is back there somewhere, right? But I think if you're Indy, I think it's what about offensive line for Indy?
well, they have a good line.
Who are you talking about? Texans? Heck no.
I don't. Levis, this is too high for Levis. This could actually be a good trade back if they want Levis or Richardson.
What about Jalen? No, not at Indy. No Jalen Carter for
Yeah,
Indy.
Richardson. I think Richardson. Because they,
I
don't think
no, I don't think so. Trying to see if I get the details of the pick. I'm not seeing anything.
No, they'll let us know the details. But I mean, we're just
I got
we're just
it
going
right here.
along with.
Cardinals get 12-33, a first next year and a third next year. Wow.
So they got. So if you're the Cardinals and you're trying to, one, give
Richardson.
Kyler some help,
They're
right?
basically
But
getting
2, get that defense, rebuilt as much as
they're
you can.
basically getting 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick. Because if you look at it, they're getting so they trade this. They're trading back to 12. They're getting
Okay.
33, which is essentially a first round pick. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I get it. You're 2 picks into the second round. And you're getting a first round pick next year. Plus you're getting a third round pick. They're getting a good haul out
They're
of
getting a
it.
first next year too.
Yeah, first
And
next year.
it's the Texans first.
Right. So it could be a
So
very
that's a
high-
rebuilding franchise. That's another top 10 pick, probably, right?
Right. Wow,
Plus your own first from next year, which is probably going to be,
that is a very aggressive trade by Houston.
just to get I mean, but they want to build that defense, right? And you got D'Amico Ryans there. He's a defensive coach, came over from San Francisco, right? He'll get the most out of Will Anderson
Mm-hmm.
and probably
Yeah.
CJ Stroud.
Well, you definitely called the D'Amico Ryans wanting to get himself a defensive stud.
Well, Houston, these are the picks from that Deshaun Watson deal, right?
Hey, oh yeah, there's still more left, I believe.
Yeah, because they got a haul for that.
Oh, they did, man. I mean, obviously they had to give up a lot.
Well, no, they gave up Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
Gave
got-
up the
yeah.
I mean, if I'm a Texans fan, I'm pretty happy. You got your quarterback of the future. You got your edge rusher. You're kind of on your way there a little bit, right?
Right. I mean,
And you got more picks coming down. Or no,
So-
you're excuse me, you're Arizona. That's what I'm thinking about. Never mind.
so a lot of the big boards have this Beyond Robinson as the best available player.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
You take a
can't
running back.
So the picks in for the Colts, I can't see them going running back at 4. It's you can't go running back at 4 if you don't even have a quarterback.
I think he's gonna choose Richardson.
I
think they're gonna choose Richardson.
Trying to let's see. You got Robinson. Maybe this is where Jalen Carter goes.
Nah.
I think it's a little high for Richardson and Levis.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
they
don't
go.
think Richardson and Levis. The only reason we're talking about Richardson and Levis is just because they play quarterback.
Right.
I mean, I
right.
just don't think those guys. I mean, they're late first round, maybe second. I mean, I don't know, man.
Maybe you go after the top corner right now. Get that kid out of Oregon, Gonzalez.
You might have a good point with Jalen Carter there, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Jim Irsay likes his. Yeah.
Does Indy have the culture to really focus somebody like Jay? That's the thing, right? Is that if this guy is, he's that talented and he doesn't love football, is Indianapolis is a rebuilding franchise, right?
Right, which is why I can't imagine that Robinson is the pick. You don't build around a running back.
I don't think it's Robinson, but the thing, I don't think Indy's a rebuilding franchise. Man, Jim Irsay, dude, he seems
Oh my God! All right, here we go. Let's see what we got.
The Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson.
Who said? I think your son called Richardson.
He did. Wow.
Hey,
Nice
give one
call.
up. The
Because
big
they have
man
the
over
worst
there.
quarterback in NFL history, Matt Ryan.
Don't
He
let it
lost
go to
the
your head,
Super
man.
Bowl.
All right, don't. It wasn't.
Mm.
It was a 1 in 5 chance. It's not.
Yeah,
No, but that's awesome. Good for him. Good for him.
that's a surprise
Casey,
one. Yeah, little surprise though, right?
Last year was their best.
Well, you need a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So you draft a quarterback. I think that's just what it comes down to. He's a physical.
You don't think you
Right,
try to
he's a
trade
physical
back,
freak.
get a little extra, and maybe try to get him later in the first round, or you just say this is the guy I want?
I think the Colts are very. I think they're just very nervous and they're feeling a lot of anxiety about their football team going forward. They don't this solidifies the most important position on the field, right?
Yeah.
For now it does. He's a project guy. He needs to clean it up. He's a little raw, but I mean, he's got there. By all reports, he's got a very high ceiling, which is what you want, right?
Right.
So it's a good pick for the long term. right? I mean, he can make the
Yeah.
plays with his feet, which is the way the NFL is now. You got to be
Mhm.
able to run. And yeah, man, if he'll develop over time, and he might turn into something really good for them.
Yeah.
We'll see, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of came out of nowhere and then just really kind of exploded. You know what I mean?
uh,
Like he didn't have like he didn't blow people away this year on the field. But his measurables, I guess, were just unmatched.
well, he's
I-
not too short, which is what everybody says about Bryce Young, right?
Yep. So
Dude, with a flick of the wrist, that ball just. Jeez.
got a little almost like a little bit of a younger Cam Newton look to him, doesn't it? Like
He's
just
got,
got,
dude. He's 6'4",
just the build, right?
too
He's got
much.
he's got a
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
strong build to him.
He's kind of like Josh Allen, huh? Yeah, Cam Newton, Josh Allen, like size, right?
Yeah, just big. He can knock you over.
But I mean, that dude, his arm is just like he's
They
got a
compared-
rocket built in there.
They're comparing him to McNabb. McNabb wasn't as fast.
Yeah, McNabb was
McNabb could
was
move.
kind of like he was like a scrambler, but he wasn't like a runner.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I mean, like you said, McNabb could run, but he didn't run a lot.
Yeah. But I feel like McNabb also had that Andy Reid offense around him. So Andy Reid is just really good with that. Okay, so here I think this is like a Jalen card. This is where the draft gets pretty interesting.
I mean, nothing but
And-
nothing. I mean, the last two picks have been kind of interesting.
Actually, the draft has already been pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Houston trading up, and these guys going to Richardson at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but this again, this could go a number of different directions. This could be. I don't think it will be, but this could be Levis.
Well, Seattle's got Geno, right? They got him. They just extended him, right?
Yeah, but that's not your long-term answer.
Yeah, but it's your answer for the next 3 years, right?
Now, yeah, it's way too high for like another quarterback off the board. I know Hendon Hooker, the kid from Tennessee, like people were talking about him, but that's way too high for him to go. Just trying, maybe this is where Robinson goes, but again, I don't think it's the fit.
Pete Carroll
Loves running backs.
he loves them running backs, man.
Yeah,
But I mean, they had I forget the name of the running back in Seattle. I apologize, Seahawks fans. I know you're all watching. But they have a good running game right now, right?
they do. But this
Offensive is this offensive line? Is this offensive line right here?
this very well could be your Skronsky.
Skronsky. What about Carter? What about Jalen
I'm not
Carter?
gonna lie, I'm cheating. Obviously, I'm pulling up the list in front of me. So that there's 4.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Joey.
So the
know-
the 4 names that I've actually heard get intertwined quite a bit are the Skronsky, Paris Johnson, Broderick Jones, and Darnell Wright out of Tennessee. I've seen a number of different drafts, mock drafts, where all 4 of those guys are all up and down the board, all in different places. So it's kind of like a pick it out of the hat between those 4 as who's the first one off the board. I'd say that Skronsky is the one that I've seen the most get taken first. But Broderick Jones, I think I've read has the most potential out of Georgia.
Okay.
So that's another thing I'm interested to see is who's the first lineman to go.
I feel like this is a good spot for Jalen Carter to go. I feel like Seattle and Detroit would be a good spot for Jalen Carter. I just think that the off the field stuff, hurts
he needs to go somewhere, and I know this is a cliche to say, but he needs to go somewhere with a strong locker room.
I think so too. I agree. I think honestly, I wouldn't mind. I think Jalen Carter in like New England, that would keep him on, focused on football. I think somewhere like
Yeah.
Philly, where you have guys that played at Georgia with him,
Mhm.
right? That would help him. Not to toot my own horn. I think Detroit would be a good fit. I think Seattle would be a good fit. I don't think Vegas would be a good fit. I don't think Washington doesn't have a first round pick. But some teams
Makes sense.
just wouldn't fit.
I think it's the.
And just like any job that you get, fit is very important. So I think it's offensive line here.
It wouldn't surprise me. Another name I'm flipping through here. Another name I've seen come up a lot. This Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech, the end.
Oh yeah.
Some people were actually saying, it's a toss up between him and Will Anderson. But I think Will Anderson kind of separated himself.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people knew that Will Anderson was like the number one. What do you call it?
And edge guy.
And I was gonna say edge
Yeah.
rusher. And that's how it was for the past like year or so, and I think Houston did it right there. And I think that trade between Houston and Arizona really worked for both teams, because I think Arizona has a lot more holes to fill than we really realize.
Yeah, and I've always we've had conversations on this show about how I feel about Kyler Murray. I think I love him. I think he's awesome.
Kyler Murray, the short guy. Can these short guys work, Joey? Apparently they can. I don't know. I mean, wouldn't that be a more appropriate comp? Drew Brees, Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, right? Like, I mean, you don't have to be 6'5" to win games, right? We can,
No.
we can go back to what's the guy, Jamarcus Russell, 6'6", 280. All that
He had
stuff.
everything. He had everything. The arm
He
strength.
didn't, he didn't last a year.
Yeah, oh my God, he was so bad. Look, the Lions cheerleaders
Yeah.
out there, Mikey.
I'm on delay here, man. Don't get me all excited. The Detroit Lions got cheerleaders like 5 years ago or
What's
something.
next?
Yeah, they held out for a long time, didn't they?
Yeah. It's just, dude, it's been such a bad franchise for so long. Like,
Weird seeing the Seahawks pick at 5.
well, that pick comes from they're a playoff team, right?
Oh, this is right. It's part of it. Yeah. All right, here we go. What do you think, Mikey?
I think it's offensive line here.
The Seattle Seahawks select Devin Witherspoon, quarterback.
Corner.
Corner.
Wow,
Oh.
they went
Oh,
Witherspoon over Gonzalez.
I've heard it's been kind of
Toss up.
1A and 1B between those two guys, Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon.
Yep.
Christian Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon.
I mean, according to the big board on ESPN, Witherspoon's one spot in front of Gonzalez. I mean, most of the mock drafts I've seen, it's those two have been right near each other. I think I thought I saw Gonzalez going before Witherspoon more often, but
what is the knock on
Witherspoon was somebody that I know a lot of people out on the Patriots radar.
Oh, really?
Because it's just because he's a big body.
Does he have all the measurables? Is that what you're saying? He's 6'2" or something, and
he's basically what the Patriots don't have right now, a big body cornerback that can bully the wide receivers, and he can guard a tight end, which is what the Patriots have had issues with. But I'm watching the film right now. I mean, he lays on some wood. He looks like he's got a nice big build to him.
yeah.
He gets there.
Well,
Yeah,
he's 5'11". Okay, so he's not.
I don't like that.
I mean, he's kind of like your ideal size for a corner. 5'11".
but I mean, it looks like he can hit the. He's not afraid of
dude.
Yeah, he's not afraid. He is not afraid of contact from.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I mean, I don't know if you're. Yeah. They said it. Yeah. I mean, you don't show the low lights,
right.
and they get drafted. You don't want to rain on somebody's first. I mean, this is a really big moment for these guys. I mean, you play football all your life. You go through everything you have to go through on and off the field, and this is what it all amounts to. And this is only the first round, right?
Right. Right.
Why does it feel like it's like already midnight? I feel like,
oh, dude, it's dragging.
is it 2 a.m.?
Would you be surprised here if the Lions went with Gonzalez?
I would not be surprised with that. I honestly, I have adopted the mentality of it's in Holmes we trust, right? Brad Holmes, the general manager for the Detroit Lions, he's done a really good job drafting the past couple of years, and I'm on board with it. Whatever they decide, I'm on board with it. My personal preference would be offensive line. We'll see what they do.
So if they go Robinson, would you be for it?
Why is everybody getting-
In Holmes we trust. I would no, but I mean, if they're taking Robinson here, then I have to. They just lost Jamal Williams, right? Maybe they, you draft a guy like Bijan Robinson here, who's dynamic, can do everything you want in a running back. I would just rather see, you bring in David Montgomery in free agency. You can go offensive line here, protect Jared Goff, help out the running game, which also helps out the passing game as well if you're protecting the quarterback.
Right.
So yeah, man. I support their decision because they've been making good decisions in the draft, and I would like to see offensive line. Probably not going to go that way. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Carter went here. Full disclosure. So we'll see, man.
Put on. Well, I mean, come on. Jalen Carter on one side, Hutch on the other side.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it would be, and I think that that Detroit has the culture to support somebody like Jalen Carter. I can understand why they would pass on him. I understand why the four other teams rather have passed on him too.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Maybe they trade back. We'll see, man.
Yeah, we've talked about. Oh, yep, they traded.
There's a trade. Okay.
Arizona's on the clock.
Arizona trade. I'd like to see the compensation here. All right, man. So do you think? So Arizona traded with Houston earlier, right?
Yeah.
And they traded back to 12 in the first, right?
Yes.
So that means that Arizona is now swapping picks with Detroit plus some other compensation, right?
So hang on. Whoa. Hang on. Hang on. Oh no, I saw DeAndre Hopkins. I thought they traded DeAndre Hopkins to the Lions.
Oh, Joey, I don't know, man. I've been. Whew.
All right, hang on. I'm trying to see.
I got beer in the fridge. You know what I mean? Like, do I need to?
I'm working the old computer here to see what I can get for details here.
Hold on, we'll see. We'll see.
Lions are sending the 6 to the Cardinals. Arizona is moving back up. All right, that's. Okay. Lions get picked. Lions have traded pick number 6. The Cardinals sent them 12 and 34.
Are you serious? 12 and 34?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's actually not bad. I when I first read it,
that's pretty good. No, that's pretty
good,
man.
When I first read it, I said that's actually kind of shitty. But no, again, you're kind of getting
that's like 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, so they're picking 12. So the
12,
Lions
18, and 34.
Right. Well, so so they're getting 12 and 34 for this. Wow, that's not bad at all.
I would not be surprised. If Detroit trades to move back up into the top 10 or something like that. I would not be. I think it's okay where they're at. I'm cool with it. But we'll see.
Schefter's adamant about something.
How much medication do you think Schefter goes on?
Oh my god!
Before these shows, you think there's some?
He just
some
gets
action going on.
He gets so excited.
He's just. I mean, look, he loves his job, and I can appreciate people that are passionate about what they do.
I see here, Mickey.
All right, so we got a trade. So is the pick in for the Cardinals yet, or we still got the time going here?
No, the pick is in.
Okay.
in the National Football League. If you're gonna start.
Schefter's very intense. I don't know if I can handle this type of intensity. It's like I
Purposeful moves tonight against
You know?
Miami tonight at 3. They traded back to 12. They moved back up and picked up extra draft picks along the way. Will they go offensive?
Take us
tempo?
in.
Will there be a surprise in this 2023 draft? We're about to find out. For the sixth pick-
this offensive line.
I see the commissioner making his way.
Yes. It's gotta be. It's gotta, the line, there's gonna be a run on lineman soon.
The Detroit Lions have traded the 6th pick to the Arizona Cardinals.
You see what we got?
With the 6th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Harris Johnson Jr., Ohio State.
Boo.
So this is offensive line.
Yep, there it is. That's
Harris
what I told you. Yeah,
Okay.
there's gonna be a run and,
So the next pick here is Vegas, right? Vegas just got Jimmy
yes.
G. They got Devontae Adams on the
This,
outside.
this could be your run on lineman.
Yeah, I think here.
Yeah,
I
This
don't
has-
think they go Jalen Carter. I think it's got to be offensive line for Vegas, right?
I think it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
I
one, it's gotta be one of those three. Again, it's like picking out of a hat. It's gonna be Skronsky, Jones, or Wright.
I can see Skronsky. Yeah,
Incredibly long arm. He's got really good feet. And he's gonna try to become and work hard to become a great player.
dang, that dude is hype. I love it. Dude, he's big.
He's a big
Oh my
boy.
eyes, an offensive lineman. Yeah,
Uh,
dang. I wouldn't mind having him block for me. Shit.
what's it?
Dude is huge, man.
Trying to think of what's an off the board pick they could, because the
But
Raiders.
he's not like a big fat guy, right? Like
No,
he's
no,
just like
he's.
big. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure, what's something
dude,
out
yeah.
of the realm that the Raiders could do here, because they always seem to kind of throw a little wrench in. And
You
just
see
kind of,
Bijan here for Vegas.
it's not a bad spot for him to go. Actually, somebody that I was just looking at as I was scrolling through best available, the tight end out of Notre Dame, Mayer.
Tight end. Get out of here. If Detroit drafts a tight end in the first, man, I know
Not
it's in
Detroit,
trust,
the
but-
Vegas.
No, I'm just saying. I can't get behind first round tight ends ever. Like,
Well, what about the kid
You
from
know.
Florida a couple of years ago? That's kind of like a cross between the who the hell?
oh yeah, how's he doing in Atlanta? Pitts?
Yeah, he had a great
Yeah,
year, didn't he?
yeah, he's lighting the world on fire. No, he's not worth the pick. You're not worth the first round pick.
You don't
Right?
think
Tight
so?
end. Tight end. What do you need from your tight end? What do you need him to do? You don't have George Kittle. You don't have Travis Kelce. Right? Who are the top tight ends in the league?
I mean, so you're saying like Gronk wasn't worthy of a first round pick?
Was Gronk first round?
No. So I'm saying
I mean, thanks for making my case. No, Gronk was worth a first round pick, but I mean, he also went to New England where he had, he only played with Tom Brady, right? I think, but I mean, the greatest tight end, right, in the game during his time, right? Gronk, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, were they first round picks?
No. Was Kittle?
I don't think so.
Kittle, I think actually. Was
To
a
be
late-
honest, I'm trying to make my point, and I don't know everything. I'm
Kelsey, I think was like a third or a fourth.
Yeah, nah, man. I think T.J. Hawkinson went in the first round by Detroit. They took Eric Ebron in the first round. You probably don't even know who that is.
Yeah, no, I
Which I
remember
wouldn't-
both. I remember both of
Yeah.
those picks.
And they're just not.
If I remember
first-round
correctly,
talents,
were
man.
they both from Iowa?
I think Ebron was not. I forget where Ebron was from. I want to say Ebron was from like North Carolina.
Okay.
But Hawkinson was from he's from Iowa. Just bad management, dude. They making these picks. I like this pick for the Cardinals, though. I really like this guy.
Well, look at this. Sorry. So Mel Kiper has Will Levis as the second best available.
It's just quarterback.
I can't get behind that. I mean, I don't see Will Levis as somebody that needs to be taken in the top 15.
I think
You're the
I
quarterback
didn't know
from
who. Go ahead.
Like-
go ahead.
you is. I don't know how the evaluators do their job. Obviously, they know what they're doing. But the way I look at it is this kid was the quarterback at Kentucky. Kentucky wasn't competitive in the SEC. So
Yeah.
how good could he have been? I know that's probably not the best way to evaluate it, but
Nah, I mean, dude, look, I think it is, right? Like, I know in the SEC you're going up against LSU, Alabama, Georgia, right? And all the Florida, like all those teams.
if you're that good, then beat them.
Yeah.
Beat those teams,
Right.
then.
Or I mean, when have we heard about Will Levis before after the Super Bowl? Right? I don't you tell me, you know? I
Right.
mean, at least we've been hearing about Bryce Young. We've been hearing about CJ Stroud. We've been hearing about
Because they
well,
won.
No, we just started hearing. Yeah, right. Like there was something on the tape that stuck out. Like this person does this great.
Right.
Right. This player does this great. Right. I mean, you don't have to be a quarterback for that to happen. I mean, there's a reason why Arizona just traded up to draft what they feel like is the best offensive lineman in the draft. Otherwise, they would have taken somebody else. I mean, that's why you're drafting this high, you know, in the top 10 is because like you do something bad and you're not winning. And so you're supposed to be drafting, you know, these highly talented players to help you win more games.
Right.
Like that's how it works, or that's how it's supposed to work.
That's how it should work.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're gonna be drafted, let's say Vegas hypothetically, let's say Atlanta, they have the next pick, and they take Will Levis, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is that really an upgrade over what you have right now? I don't know if it is, right? I mean, you've got Desmond Ridder there in Atlanta.
Well, put it this way: so you're saying for the Raiders to take Levis. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying for Atlanta, right?
For
Because the
Atlanta?
Raiders, the pick is
No,
in.
well,
I'm not.
they just spent a pick on Ridder. You know?
Yeah, but I'm saying right. Yeah. So I think Vegas, Atlanta, and Chicago are 3 picks on the board right now. I think Vegas passed. Well, I can see Vegas drafting him to back up Garoppolo.
But would you really want to do that to Garoppolo again?
Yeah, but but San Francisco went and got what's his name?
somebody's right.
That
Trey
hasn't
Lance.
worked out. Trey Lance, right?
Yeah.
And it hasn't worked out. Trey Lance he's been a bust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Been a bust. I would call it a bust. At this point, I'd be like, he
didn't live up to nearly what they thought they were getting.
I mean, he's still on the roster. You know, he can probably be, maybe he can turn into something, right? But
I think you got to give him a full season of being healthy before you call him a bust. But I mean,
we'll stay healthy.
Yeah.
Don't run and take hits like you're, a running back, man. You're not. You're the quarterback. You need to realize that. And we saw with like RG3 wanted to run and take hit. Like, dude, slide, get down. Cam Newton, right? He ran and took these hits. I mean, got to a Super Bowl once, but I mean, after that, that was it. Ben Roethlisberger was like never healthy after year 5. Josh Allen's going down the same road. Lamar Jackson run and take. You can't, dude. You're the quarterback. Don't get hit. Brady and Manning.
Jackson got his contract, huh?
Yeah, I'm happy for Lamar Jackson about that. He got a lot. It didn't, everybody's saying you need an agent and all that. It's like, man, do you? And that's part of the day and age we live in. We live in the now, right? Like we don't live.
Who's
in
this?
The,
Sorry. Oh, this is the end from Texas Tech. Okay. Sorry.
I haven't seen. I'm on delay over here, so I haven't seen the pick yet. What's his name?
The
Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I really like his suit.
Would you say he listens to ZZ Top and is a sharp dressed man?
He is most certainly a sharp dressed man. Wow, he is a freaking specimen. Holy cow.
Are they showing the highlights?
Yeah, he is a big kid. Wow. That bull rush is wow. He is very fast off the edge.
Dude, I love when they stand up with the people around them, and they're always like the tallest person
Yeah,
in
right.
their group, right?
Yep.
I'm like, dude, is that security you brought with you? Jesus, no, he's a player. Like, oh dang, man. Yeah, some of these players are just physically gifted, dude, and it's just wow.
Well, what's funny is like when you start getting to like the 5th, 6th, 7th round, they still show like highlights of the people and make obviously they just show the good stuff, so they all seem like they're like superhuman.
Yeah,
But those, something, I mean, I actually enjoy watching like the 5th, 6th, 7th round. And like you see the guy, like the people at their house getting the phone call, like that they've been
yeah.
waiting. Like that, I've always found that fun. Like I think that's kind of cool.
I'll say this, man. That's really where we're watching the first round because of the draft. There's all this hype there and everything like that, man. But the NFL is comprised of players taken everywhere, undrafted, round 4, 5, 6, all over the place, man.
Right.
So it's not really about where you get drafted, man. Sometimes it's about who you get drafted to, especially for quarterback. But for a lot of these players, man, linebackers, defensive and offensive linemen, anywhere outside of quarterback, really, you kind of got to come and improve yourself. I mean, Will Anderson, right? Great talent and everything, but I mean, he still has to come in and prove it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how,
I mean, I think he's kind of got, he knows that he's going to get play time.
Yeah. You don't get drafted that high, and they don't let you play. But
you think Goodell likes getting picked up all the time?
I think this is fun for him. This kind of, this gets him away from all the bureaucracy and everything else the NFL has going on, and they're having a good time, man. And I think it's fun for the players too. They're like, man, I'm going to pick up the commission. It's their kind of like their one freebie on the commissioner, so to speak.
Right.
I mean, you're basically there with the CEO, not the CEO, right? But the
head honcho of football.
Yeah, I mean, it's the commissioner, dude. So it's a really great moment. I mean, these are young men, right? These guys are all in their early 20s, right?
Yep.
Remember where you were in your early 20s, Joey? Hey, get out there and sweep the rain on the pier.
Yeah, I didn't want to
sweep the water off the pier while it's raining.
I certainly didn't want to give anybody a hug.
That's true.
I didn't want to go give, any of our leadership a big hug and squeeze.
Well, not a friendly one. That's for sure.
No, maybe I wanted to give him a hug and throw him off the side of the boat,
hey, they were lost at sea.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know where he went.
Nah, it's weird, man, because like it's just a different dynamic. But really, I mean, I'm good, if I could play football that well. Yeah.
Falcons pick
wouldn't you go? What do you think the Falcons do here? Do they go Bijan? I think we said it already though. This is offensive line, right? I think it's offensive line. I think they go like Skoronski or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for that big run, and it hasn't happened yet.
Well, you just saw.
So Paris went from Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, this is right around where Skoronski was, predicted to go in a lot of the mock drafts. Yeah. Either him or Jones out of Georgia.
Well, Vegas just went. I can't remember the last pick. Was it Tyree Wilson, right?
I mean,
defensive end, edge.
Christian Gonzalez is another. Yeah. I can't see the Falcons being the team that takes it on Jalen Carter. However, Georgia guy, Atlanta Falcons stays in his home state. A little bit of a tie in there.
Yeah. You stay around family, right?
Yep. But do you want to get him away from Georgia, get him away from where all that stuff happens?
That's actually a really good point. you know, he's comfortable there. He knows people. People know him, right? It might be a trouble there.
Might behoove him to get him to not bring him in.
Yeah. Does Atlanta have that culture too? To support somebody like that?
I mean, there's nothing.
I
in
think
their
Atlanta's
recent-
still building, man. I don't
Right.
know, right?
Which is
You
why I
know?
say there's nothing in their recent history that would say that they have, you know, the locker room to help them out.
I don't think Atlanta's very far off, right? I think there's pieces there. I think Drake London's a good receiver. I think Kyle Pitts has a lot of potential there at tight end. They got a good running back. You know, Desmond Ritter, you know, let's see, right?
I
let's
think it
see,
might-
but you got to put pieces around him.
I think you're right with what you originally said. It's got to be a lineman, but for some reason the linemen aren't going. I thought more linemen would have been gone by now.
So if it's not a lineman, do you think like who goes here? You go cornerback then? You go
Yeah, I'd say it's gonna be
my
Christian
final answer. Who do you got?
Christian Gonzalez.
I'm going offensive line.
Well, that's not
I have a
fair.
bias towards the offensive line though, so I just
For the
you know.
Atlanta pick, I'm
Here we
joined
go.
by Chris and Shane from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Kansas City.
Oh God, nobody cares about Big Brother, Big Sister.
Hey,
Let's go.
hey, Joey, let's do a nice thing. Okay. We're gonna be here till 3 a.m. It's ridiculous how long the first round of the draft. But people are having fun. Good for them.
Initiative Inspire Change. The Falcons are big time support.
I love Big Brother, Big Sister. However, I just want the draft to move on.
Shane making their pick. Okay, guys, take it away.
All right, kid, come on.
Are they doing a
Talk.
With the 8th pick in the 2023
There we go.
NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Bijan Robinson.
John Robinson.
Bijan? Okay. That's a really good place for him to go, I
Isn't
think.
that what people say? The Patriots were doing it?
Some people, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, he's definitely the most talked about running back out of the draft, I'd say, since the kid went to Dallas.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeke.
Ezekiel Elliott?
So yeah, there's
Well,
there's-
the thing
they have
about
very high on
Bijan,
this
man, is that this guy, you know, he's a running back, yeah, but I mean, he's somebody that can, you know, do it all. You know, catch the ball out of the backfield, block, and run.
yeah. I think they said Texas lined him up in the slot every now and then too.
Yeah, he's kind of like that. A comp to him, to me, would be like
Traded to the Eagles, right?
what's the guy in New Orleans?
I know you're
Kamara?
saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kamara. maybe,
Philly just traded in. Philly just traded in the top 10.
Oh, they're going for what's his name? Carter. I think this is I think that's Jalen Carter. Philly's trading up for him.
That's a good that pick's already in, Mike.
Yeah. No, I think they go Carter here. If that's because I mean, I think Philly's got that culture where they can, right? He gets out of Atlanta, he gets out of Georgia where he's familiar, but he's also got a support system there in Philly with Jordan Davis and what's Nakobe Dean, right?
It's Carter or it's Gonzalez.
Okay. Yeah, Bijan, man, this guy's a beast. Bijan the beast.
See what we got.
I do not think that Philly takes offensive line. I should probably stop
No.
picking offensive linemen to.
Schefter, it seems like Schefter thinks it's going to be Carter.
Yeah, I think that's the right pick.
We talked about when we had the leadership. Who was there? Jordan Davis. Who was Jordan Davis play for now? Did that be in Jalen Carter? The Philadelphia Eagles. How ironic will it be if the Eagles go back and try to recreate the tandem that was at Georgia, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter? Mel.
Yeah, Jordan Davis. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, he's got to go somewhere. He's too talented.
You running back, had a really nice year running the football for Atlanta.
By the way, I'm not gonna make the whole first round.
Yeah, yeah. It's starting down. Yeah, I don't know, man. I
We
want to
may have-
watch.
Well, I'll definitely have it on. I'll probably my son's over there. He's probably gonna keep me awake. But yeah, we'll probably have to do the top 10, Mikey, and we have to cut off after the top 10.
When do the Patriots pick?
I think they pick at 14, but knowing them, they'll trade it.
You're not gonna last till 14, man.
No, because knowing them, they'll probably trade it for friggin' 4th, 6th, and a
I'll-
7th.
Give me right. Detroit's picking at 12, right?
All right, we'll do we'll try to get to 15.
Well, dude, let's get through 50. Let's get through 50. Come on, man. We
15's
got to
good.
see.
15's
All
good.
I'll make this concession. If they weren't picking in the top 15, I'd say top 10, and then we'll just cut it.
I'm good
You
with
know,
that.
but you know, if both our teams are
I'm-
picking in top half,
I'm
you know.
totally expecting to hear, they traded it for like, a 2/3 and a 7th or something like that.
and a guard,
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe a linebacker.
the practice squad long snapper from the Saints because
And you
because
know
he,
what? And the guy was
because he
getting inducted
played-
to the Hall of
because he played rugby in freaking
Australia.
yeah. That's
Yeah, I
where
don't know, man.
that's where Belichick gets his googlies from. That gets
And you know
Bill-
what? And then the Patriots will go and win 10 games this year. You know,
Yeah, and that
they'll
guy's
go
all,
10-7. They'll go 0-6 in the division.
and that guy's all pro.
I'll tell you what though, but if Mac Jones is starting, they win 10 games. I got to wear a Mac Jones shirt now, so
Well.
I got the bet. Hey, let's try and let your dad forget about that. Let's not, you know. No, I don't want to welch on my agreements here. So, all right, man. The pick is in. Who's Philly taking here? Come on, man.
It's got to be Jalen Carter. Yeah, they traded up.
Well, what's the trade? Because they traded with
They go right
Who they trade
there. The Bears get the 10th overall pick and a 4th round pick. Oh, so Philly only moved up one spot?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's right. They had somebody else's pick, right?
Chicago.
No, Philly had somebody else's pick. That's why they were picking 10th.
Oh yeah. I forget who though. Oh, they traded with no. I don't know. I don't know whose pick Philly had.
A lot of signals here may be pointing towards Jalen Carter, who is Mel Kiper's #1 player on his big.
Yeah, it's got to be Carter.
Yeah, and I know the. Oh, so they just swapped and then they gave him a 4th.
Peter Skoronsky, offensive line out of Northwestern, is a kind of guy they need.
I don't know. You go offensive line here. I think you go because Fletcher Cox is on the. You know, he's getting pretty long in the tooth there.
All right, here we go.
Traded the 9th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 9th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Carter.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
called it.
The football part of his story is easy. 6 sacks, 103 tackles, caught a touchdown, 3 sensational seasons.
All right, and I mean we talked about that, right? Like that's a good landing spot for Jalen Carter, right? And you're talking about a team that they're looking to win a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I mean Philly's they're not like, oh hey, you know, we're in this like rebuild phase or retool phase or anything like that. Like it's a team, they just got to the Super Bowl, they found out what it's like, you know. I mean, but they beat the Patriots. Nope. I want to bring it, you know, sorry, but a few years back, right? Like they won one, right? So yeah. I mean, this is a team they're not ascending, they're already at the top and trying to stay there. So
Trying to read some.
Joey, I've seen you tired before, man, but this is
No, I'm reading a.
nah, man. You know, you got the Got the eyes.
No,
Yeah,
we're
man.
good. We're good. We're good. We're hanging in there. Oh, the Bears pick's already in too. Nice. All right, keep them rolling.
All right. So they're probably going. What are the Bears? Are the Bears going offensive line?
Bears are
Is that
going
Chris saying
tight.
offensive?
First tight end's coming off the board.
You're going tight end here.
I'm going Kincaid or Mayer.
What?
Either Kincaid out of Utah or Mayer out of Notre Dame.
Oh, you're talking about tight end.
Yeah.
Oh man, if Chicago takes a tight end, nothing. You know, I think that's a mistake. But you know, man, I'm inclined to say offensive line here, but I would not be surprised
I mean, again, though,
if they take Christian Gonzalez.
so Skoronsky, Northwestern, Chicago. I mean, that works together too.
That's true. Yeah.
Gonzalez still hanging out.
What about wide receiver?
You got who are the ones you got? You got the kid that's out of TCU.
You got him, but you also got I think
Nahigba out of Ohio State.
Jackson Smith. Is it Njigba?
And Jigba. And then you have
I don't know if you pronounce the.
And then you have Zay Flowers out of Boston College.
Yeah, I don't know if any of those guys. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm actually inclined to say offensive line here. Get Justin Fields. You know, a little bit more protection. And they've got wide receivers there in Chicago, right? They've got was it Claypool? They got DJ Moore from Oh no. Is it DJ Moore? From Chicago?
Elijah Moore's with the Jets.
Yeah. No, but Chicago's got a couple receivers. I think it's offensive. I want to say it's offensive line.
Well, again, you're right. It could be corner. Like I said, I think tight end might come off this one.
Yeah. Could be. We'll see, man. I'm kind of I don't my gut says offensive line. And then I think Tennessee goes with that is an intense Philadelphia Eagles fan. That's a lot. That's a lot I just absorbed there.
I think Tennessee might make the pull on Levis.
I think Tennessee goes Levis there. I don't think they. Yeah, and then Detroit. I think Detroit goes Gonzalez if he's still on the board.
Just how special the performance from this young man was.
Yeah, so if you're right and they go line here, it's got to be Skoronsky. I really think Tennessee goes Levis, and that makes Gonzalez fall right into Detroit's hand, which would be a huge get. That'd be a huge get at 12.
Yeah, and Detroit's secondary really needs all the help it can get. I mean, they made some moves in free agency, which definitely helped. But I think that, you get those veteran free agents over, and then you also kind of solidify that with, the youth from the draft to, keep building that back in there.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see what
Oh, he's a big kid.
Oh, dude, Jalen Carter is he's a force.
Wow, he is a strong boy. Wow, that's a good. Woo.
Dude, I'm saying they were saying if it wasn't for the off the field stuff, he's like the top, right? Like the top player, top non-quarterback in this draft. Top player in the draft, really. Some people. They're talking about this dude, Ndamukong Suh type of talent.
Yeah. Philly lost in the Super Bowl this past year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, they got beat by Kansas City. That was a good game.
It was. That's right.
That was past couple Super Bowls have been pretty good, man.
Is that? Oh, that's Travis. Jason Kelsey, whatever the heck his name is.
Mm.
Wow, the Bears pick is already being announced.
The Chicago Bears select Darnell Wright, offensive tackle, Tennessee.
Wow,
Offensive
Darnell,
lineman, there we go. Okay.
yeah, and that was every draft board I saw. He was in the mix, but he was the last one out of every single one that I looked at.
Is Skoronski still on the board, right?
Yeah,
I think Tennessee goes Levis. And I'm sorry, because I like Tennessee. You know, I like what's his name, the coach there, Vrabel,
Vrabel, yep.
right? And I'm a huge fan of Derrick Henry, but I think that Tannehill just ain't it. I just think that Tannehill is, you know, the Miami fans call him Tannekill.
Well, Tennessee's
kills the
picks already in.
Oh, is that? I think that's Levis, but
Let me ask you this: if Levis doesn't go here at 11, does he go at 12 or 13?
who's picking 13?
Green Bay. Or do you think that they have to give Jordan Love his chance? Or maybe they've seen enough of Jordan Love that they know that he's not the answer.
That's tough, man, because for me, I would like to give. I'm a fan of giving the quarterback support, right? I'm a fan of giving the quarterback the weapons and the protection, the weapons that the quarterback needs to be successful.
Yeah.
So for me, if I'm Green Bay, if Levis doesn't go here and I'm Green Bay, I don't go after Levis. I don't think Levis is all that great person.
Oh, me neither.
We talked about that, right? So no, man, you stick with what you got and you give him support. I don't know where Levis goes. What about if Levis is on the board at 14?
I mean, that's been
You
thrown
put him
out.
into that zappy Mac Jones.
It's been thrown out. It's been one of the many, things that have been thrown to, stick against a wall. No, I don't. You know how I feel about Mac Jones, but no, I don't. I don't.
Is Will Levis an upgrade over Mac Jones? Or is Will Levis just he's the new flashy thing? And
I don't know if he's an upgrade over Mac Jones, which is why I'm not okay making the move. If there was somebody,
I like that. Yeah.
If there was somebody in the draft that I was confident, then I'd say, yeah, do it. I'm not confident in that one, which is why I'm going to say, why am I going to draft something and that could be worse,
Is it bad to swallow the line?
And
Yeah.
I get no matter who you pick, there's the chance that the guy could be a bust, but that's just, I don't see the upside in making that pick.
Do you think Will Levis falls out of the first round?
I mean, he's fallen. This is like Aaron Rodgers type stuff. I mean, trying to see, let's see what this is here. 1 second. So the Bears just picked Eagles. So Titans.
I mean, we're talking. I mean, I can see the Titans taking Levis here, man.
Why is the Texans on the board? Oh, okay. That's the one they flopped. Okay. So, all right. So if we're saying that the Packers don't take them, the Patriots won't, the Jets obviously won't, because that would piss off.
Well, they just don't. It's a need draft at some point, right?
So I guess Washington's after that, and I mean that could be where he goes. If he doesn't go there, the Steelers, Lions, the Buccaneers, maybe, but they just took Kyle Trask.
I can see the Bucks taking Levis.
Yeah,
Didn't the Bucks just bring in they just brought in what's his name from LA, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Well, maybe you bring in Will Levis there because Trask is trash.
Let's say, yeah, you haven't given Kyle Trask any chance.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm in commercial hell here.
I was just
So.
saying, I hate when the pick is in and they're just sitting there staring at the TV and just waiting.
Yeah, nah, this is, you know, it's not that exciting.
No,
I mean,
it's-
it's exciting, but not that exciting, man. We're kind of dragging it out here. But I think this is where like the NFL doesn't take any commercial breaks for like the first 10 picks. They do all the interviews, they do all the backstories and everything, and then the first 10 picks. And then
I
there's,
get,
like,
I
a little
get what they
drop-off.
need to do, but it's just, this is why it was so much better on a Saturday. It was not like when it was on Saturday morning.
Yeah, like you don't have to go to work the next day.
Right.
Well, most people don't, right? Some of us do work on Sundays, especially when you're out to sea and you got to sweep the weather decks when it's raining outside. Freshwater wash down, you know, you got to get out.
Let's go. Come on. Just announce the damn pick. And what's good is it already looks like the Lions are down to like 4 minutes left on the clock. There's Vrabel. You think it's Levis, right?
I'm thinking Levis, yeah. Which I don't like for them, to be honest, but
I think he's gonna go to guard, much like Zach Martin with the Cowboys. He was a tackle, they brought him in.
are they announcing on the TV? Because I'm on delay here.
No.
What about wide receiver, man, for Tennessee?
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I don't think that there's any that are graded high enough to take this early that you wouldn't trade back to get.
Yeah. So if you're Tennessee and you were going after wide receiver, are you making calls to see if anybody wants to trade back?
If you're Tennessee,
Yeah.
yeah, but no. I mean, if you wanted the receiver, I think you trade back, but they're making the pick. I mean, I'm thinking Levis.
Is it me or does Vrabel look like he could just like go hop in the gym and like go deadlift like 515 or something?
He looks like he get on the field right now and play.
It just looks like he could make some tackles, right? Like,
Oh, no, there goes Skronsky.
okay. So I think Detroit goes Christian Gonzalez then.
Yeah, Levis is going to continue to free fall.
I hope that Detroit stays away from quarterback for now. I don't like it. I think the offense, that means the offensive linemen are off the board, right? Like the top offensive linemen.
No, there's still one left. Which one is the kid out of Georgia?
Skoronski.
The kid out of
Right.
Georgia, Jones. What about Skronsky?
Well, because Skoronski just came off the board, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I think this pick is Christian Gonzalez for Detroit.
So the last big offensive lineman to fall is Broderick Jones. He's the one out of Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I think Detroit has a pretty solidified offensive line as it is. I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to, reach here.
I mean, they're pretty set at wide receiver.
I don't think it's wide receiver here, man.
Trying to think here.
I don't think it's a splash pick or anything. I think it's a cornerback, and yeah.
I'm looking. All right. Kalia Cansey, defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. I think that would be a good fit.
Maybe. There's a lot of talent in this draft. It's just not
He's
the
just
sexy talent of quarterback, but there's a lot of depth in this draft at the other positions like defensive tackle and offensive, you know what I mean? Running back, there's
listen to this size of this defensive tackle and tell me if this is what you want as your defensive tackle. 6'1", 280.
Nah, that doesn't sound 6'1".
6'1", 280. I'm sorry, this guy needs to eat about a dozen more cheeseburgers before I want him playing defensive tackle for me.
I think 6'1" is not. I think defensive tackle. You want somebody that's like 6'3", right?
Right. I
The
want to.
Lions have 5 of the next 43 picks. How you like that, Joey? That's
Crazy.
good management.
Oh, they're actually making a pick.
Are they?
Oh my God. Oh, I don't like that pick at all.
Bro, I'm on delay here, man. What do you
I'm not saying who it is. I don't think you're gonna like it either.
look? It's in Holmes we trust.
You're not gonna like it.
I don't like your tone. I'll tell you that.
Doug Gibbs.
They announce it yet?
I can hear your TV, bro.
Yeah,
I passed all of my hearing tests in the Navy.
I mean, you're talking. I don't know, Mike. That's a reach for me. That's a big reach.
Let's see.
You see him here, the visit, the ability to break tackles. He's built well from the lower body.
Yeah, I just feel like there's other things they could have done.
Who's a 3-down type of player, and you're not a 3-headed monster in Detroit. So I can tell you this, DeAndre Swift, he gets the ball in the backfield, running football inside, outside the tackle. David Montgomery's as tough as they come, and this guy is a home run hitter.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you can use him a lot of ways. You can make him
In Holmes we trust.
So you're happy with the pick?
I would have liked to see defense, man. I mean my preference, as I told you in the beginning, was offensive line and defense, right?
Right.
I think you can get a running back in the second round, third round,
I've always said
Right.
running back second or third round.
right? So, I mean, I got to say, Detroit drafts a certain type of player. They go
Oh,
after a
they
certain
are
type of
excited in the
guy,
Lions war room.
right? They do not. They will pass on areas of need
Mhm.
to get players who have a desire to play football. And I mean, look, it's worked so far.
Right. Yeah, you can't.
So I
You
can wrap my head around it. This isn't the Aiden Hutchinson, Penei Sewell, like obvious type of draft that it was in years past. I love Dan Campbell.
But
Jeez,
but
man.
that yeah, right. Like you just said it. That means that your team is going in the right direction. Where there was no glaring need. There was no just obvious glaring need. And they put themselves in the position. Now, granted, I don't think he was the best available, but they were
Yeah.
able to take what they, in their opinion, was the best available. And I mean, again, I've just never been a fan of first round running backs.
I agree. I wouldn't have taken running back there. I'll say this, right? DeAndre Swift gets hurt a lot, right?
Well-
Not on the field for a full season. Then you've got David Montgomery, who's more of he's not your breakaway home run hitting type of.
He's your
type of running
power back.
He's your power back, right? You bring in Jahmyr Gibbs, right?
He looked like he was
Fresh.
he looked like he was a Swiss Army knife, Mike. He looked like
It looks like he does a lot of things very well,
right.
right?
I mean,
and to me,
he was in the slot. He was catching. They had him lined up in the slot. He was catching a lot of passes out of the backfield. So, I mean, at least he's a Swiss Army knife. I mean, he's got it kind of like a Christian McCaffrey feel to him, which,
it's kind of what you want.
yeah. I mean, if you can get 80% of what Christian McCaffrey is out of this kid, then yeah, I guess the pick is worth it.
He's not a top 10 pick, the top 15 pick, right?
Yep.
I can get behind it, man. Look, does it add value to the offense?
Sure.
It gives Jared Goff another weapon. The offensive line is solid. I like it. Well, I can get around it, right? But it's like you say, it's a first round running back, and historically, they don't work, right?
And
So
they're picking. It's not so much that they don't work. It's that I've always thought you can get the better value of a running back later in the draft.
you don't wind up paying them.
Right.
You know, you just don't pay him the Zeke Elliott contract, right, and hamstring yourself. So
Well, and the other way I look at it, now I granted this is an argument that can be made for a lot of positions, but especially for the running back. If you give me the best running back in the league and put him behind 5 stiffs, he's not going to be good.
yeah,
I'll give you fine. Barry Sanders would be good regardless who he was behind. But
yeah, but
but if you give me 5 studs on the line, you can give me any running back and they're going to be okay. Just don't fumble
Yeah.
the ball.
you're starting to sound like Bill back there, huh?
Yeah, right. Just
But I mean, I think that's the right way to do it, right? And you want to have your offensive line solidified before really any other position outside of quarterback, right?
right.
I mean, you want to have the quarterback. I mean, it kind of. Would you rather build the offensive line and then get the quarterback, or get the quarterback and then get the offensive line? I mean,
It's
that's tough to really.
that's like the goose of the egg, man, or the chicken of the egg, whatever it is. And I don't think there's a right or a wrong way. Oh, here we go. Packers are already picking. Wow.
Yes, who's Joey? Who you got for New England, man? You going Levis here?
I'm going Gonzalez for Green Bay. Who?
Defensive end, Iowa.
Oh, okay. All right. This kid I actually like what I read about him. He's kind of got a AJ Hawk build on him. This Luke Van Ness kid out of Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The Patriots are.
I don't mind I think that's kind of good for the Packers there, right? Because that offense has some weapons there, right?
Yeah, I mean, this shows that they have some confidence in Jordan Love too. Yeah, this kid can move.
That'll be good for Green Bay. I like the pick for Green Bay. I mean, I have problems,
Giving
being
Green Bay-
positive for Green Bay and everything, but I mean,
Right.
it's a good pick, right? Like it's a solid,
Oh, the Patriots
it's a
haven't
solid
traded,
pick.
Patriots haven't traded their pick yet. All right, so
Do you
I'm
think did
looking.
the Patriots actually make a selection at 14?
I'm looking at the top fullbacks available. Hunter Lupke. Hunter Lupke out of North Dakota State. Or no, hang on. Let's see who's the most
Do the
obscure.
Patriots go wide receiver here? You can get the number 1 wide receiver in the draft here and now for New England. What does Boss Del Vecchio say?
All right, I'm looking
Come on,
at
Paul, give us your input here.
Brent Lang out of Minnesota Duluth,
Okay.
offensive guard, projected as the 339th best player in the draft.
It sounds about right.
But they say he can play multiple positions, so he's right up the Patriots' alley.
So he's a Swiss Army knife there that Belichick covered.
The Patriots traded the pick.
For Christ's sake. Who they trade with?
Pittsburgh, who's probably going to take a receiver.
Oh man.
What do they get it for, Dad?
Let's see what value did Bell get? What did he trade him for 2.6?
So wait, what do the Patriots fall to then? They go down to what, like 19 or something, or
Unbelievable.
oh.
Let's see.
So dude, I'm not gonna keep you here all night, man. We're gonna
No,
be here
hey.
till midnight.
Let's
you know.
see what thing I am. Before let's see. Let me do my little investigative here.
Investigate.
The Patriots at 14 select no one. That's hilarious. Steelers. The Patriots trade out of the number 14 for 17 overall. So they got a 4th round pick out of it.
That's too big, dog.
So they get a 4th round. So wait, what did they trade back to? What number?
17.
Oh,
So you got the Jets. So you got Pittsburgh, the Jets, Washington, and then the Patriots. So now if there's a run on the wide receivers, Bill, who had the opportunity to get the best damn receiver in the draft, gave that up.
I don't know, man.
Okay, is this going to be Broderick Jones? Because he looks pretty excited.
And Bill Belichick would like nothing more than to give it to the Jets, right? Yeah, they're just going to make a offensive line. Yeah, they do, but clearly they didn't like the one guy that was left. It's interesting though.
Oh, that makes sense. So Pittsburgh, like I said, there was the 4 big offensive linemen. Pittsburgh must have said there's only one left. We better get up there and get him.
Yeah.
But now the Patriots, who also needed an offensive tackle,
Can't get him.
I mean, how do you think Bill Belichick is just out of touch? Do you think he's just, hey man, this is 80s football we're going back to,
So
or
what is
you
it,
know,
15?
like
so he might, unless he's got like 4 players that he has graded equally, so that he knows by the time they pick, one of them will still be there. I don't get it. It's just every year. I know it's only 3 picks that he's trading back, but
so I mean you got your board there, right? Of all the players, you got your like 500 players, right? And then you whittle it down to, all right, these are probably like the 255 that go, but you know, whatever, right? You got your board in front of you.
right.
And so you got to be comfortable when you trade, like Detroit did this, same thing. You've got to be comfortable with those 6 players, 3 players coming off the board and saying, okay, this is the talent that's left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd like to think, and I think you'd like to think, and I think fans of every team would like to think, like, okay, that's how our front office is approaching this.
Right.
I mean, you're trading back 3 spots for a 4th round pick?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Just take the pick. Like you're like, oh man, we're gonna get so much more value out of that 4th. It's not, no, man. I mean, are you not trusting your scouts? Like,
Yeah. So it's all right. So they traded up for the lineman.
okay, so that's the last lineman off. Is that the last big lineman off the
Last
board?
big
Right?
lineman on the board. So now the
All right.
Jets are up. Do the Jets have a need at wide receiver? They don't.
Well, so they get Aaron Rodgers, right? You got Rodgers
Right.
over there.
Yeah, they don't need a wide receiver. They got Garrett Wilson and
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore, and they got another one.
I don't know anything about
Um,
the Jets, man.
So where the hell do the Jets go?
What about Christian Gonzalez, man? You pair him up as Sauce Gardner?
Well, no, because I thought I don't know who he is, but I thought they had a solid 2 cornerback last year.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about the Jets, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Jets
Yeah.
do not need a cornerback.
You got anybody on the defensive line?
Looking right now. So
What about Will Levis here for the Jets?
no,
Back
not
up Aaron Rodgers.
no, come on.
Zach Wilson's out, man. I mean, I don't know.
No. I think Aaron Rodgers would lose his mind if he used a 1st round pick on that. Tight end, Mikey. This is tight end territory.
This is tight end territory. Yeah,
You got Aaron Rodgers in today. Get him a tight end. Get him one of the top 2 tight ends.
a tight end.
That's-
Dude, I'm out on the 1st round tight end, man. There's no. Watch
I
this,
don't
watch
I don't disagree with you, but you got Aaron Rodgers. Get him a toy.
He's got toys, man. I mean, you got some weapons there on offense, right?
Right, this is an ideal time for a tight end.
Yeah, I think, I mean,
the-
you got a
the-
solid point, man. I don't,
The
yeah.
tackles are gone. Their defense is pretty stout. Trying to, what do they have the best overall here? I mean, Christian Gonzalez is gonna keep falling. A name here, Nolan Smith, linebacker out of Georgia.
First round linebacker. You can do it. I mean, I think that,
That, and again, that guy that I said for the Lions, Kalijah Cansey out of Pittsburgh.
yeah, I don't see anybody on the phone. Maybe they're,
I can't see them going receiver. Oh, there we go. You just said Kalijah Cansey.
hey, easy with the cancer. All right. This is a
Nice.
family show.
Oh, there's a good one right there. Brian Branch, the safety out of Alabama. That's a good one. Let's see. Trying to look at defensive players that are available. What are you thinking, Mike?
For the Jets?
Yeah.
How they won in San Francisco, they dominated up front. So to add a 3 technique.
Will McDonald out of Iowa State's another one that's a good edge rusher.
I don't know all the names, man, but I'd like to see them go. I'd like to see them beef up the secondary more, man. I mean, you got Sauce Gardner back there. I think you put Christian Gonzalez on the other side, and you can never have too many defensive backs, personally. So that's what I'd like to see for the Jets. I think the offense is pretty well set. I think the lines are good on both sides.
Right.
Or maybe I'm just too high on Christian Gonzalez. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something there.
So I'm looking at the TV. Kuiper's got him as the second best available.
He still got Will Levis up there, number 1 available.
Yeah.
Probably.
Will Levis is his best available. I could see them going tight end here. I really could.
All right. I'm on defensive back there. You're on tight end.
Yeah, I'm going Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Is a pick in yet? Are they trading? What's going on here?
Dude, they are taking it right down to the wire.
Maybe they're gonna have Aaron Rodgers come out and announce the pick.
Oh, good. Yeah, they're flying him in right now.
They're flying him in on like a helicopter. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe they just need. How do you? I feel like the first round timer should be 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it should be I think you need more time at the later rounds than you do in the beginning.
What I don't understand, and obviously there's a method to their madness, right?
No, there totally is. Yeah.
But like you have your board, like you said, and it's just you just rank them. All right, this guy's gone, this guy's gone, this guy's the top one on our board. This is the guy we're gonna go with. We're gonna.
I don't know, man. I mean, it sounds reasonable to me, but these are our areas of need. This is what's available, and these are the best players we feel available. How does that fit into? Is it a culture fit? Is it a medical fit?
Right.
If those 2 things pass and you have an available guy, you call it in, right? Like I mean, you've done all your homework, right? You've scouted, you've done all your interviews, you've done all your phone calls.
All right, the Jets look like they get their pick in because they're all shaking hands and
I
clapping.
think there's a trade happening here, man. I just
No,
taking this long.
they're showing the war room and they're all hugging right now.
Okay. I'm on delay here then. Okay.
Yeah, they are very, very happy in the Jets war room right now.
I'm seeing somebody now in an all white
So they've made
Nolan Smith. Okay.
They have been excited. We'll see what it is. Again, the police.
Well-
Wants us to come out of this night with an offensive tackle. The three primary names went off the board before their selection. That number 15. And now
You gotta love Jets fans, man.
Yeah, they
Right.
are. They are.
They're just
They are an interesting bunch.
yeah.
That's for sure.
All right. Where is Roger? You guys got a Wayne Corbett jersey on. I used to love Wayne Corbett.
Someone has, I think Rogers jersey on.
Come on, announce the darn pick. Dude, this is the stuff. It's just come on, like let's go. Like this is the stuff. Like 10 o'clock at night, really, and you're halfway through the first round.
I'm saying, dude, but I mean, think about it. If you're on the West Coast, right? It's just it's 7 p.m. right? People getting home from work.
But your major markets in New York. I mean, come on.
Isn't
Like-
LA a major market?
No.
Why?
They're not a big sports town.
I mean, they've got a bunch of sports teams, right?
Yeah, but they're all once the team's playing in the championships. That's when they watch.
I don't know, man. I don't think you're giving this LA fan base a whole lot of What about Seattle, man? Right? You got hockey going on there now.
I'll give it
Yeah.
Seattle. To that point, aren't the Celtics playing tonight? I gotta check that score.
Are they? They're getting beat by the Hawks, right? Or no, they're winning the series, aren't they? 3-2.
Who the Celtics are winning 3-2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, they're playing the Hawks. They're in the third quarter right now. 83 all.
It looks like it's tied.
How about the Devils coming back on the Rangers, bro?
How about the Bruins not being able to close out the Panthers?
Hey, let's not worry about. All right.
Here we go. All right, let's go. Who's this kid?
Well, Tampa Bay won tonight too, man.
I mean,
Did that close
Come
out
on, man.
this?
Is pick in yet or what? What we got?
Yeah, they got a kid walking out and he's trying to get the crowd all excited.
Oh, are they doing? Okay.
It's gonna be like a 20-minute intro before the kid actually talks. And
Dude, for the Detroit pick, they were just like, oh yeah, we just like, okay, no big deal, right? Like,
that's how it should be. You get
but I
30
mean,
seconds.
it's a New York team, so you get an hour to announce a pick. So
All right, just announce the pick, kid.
To announce the first pick of his favorite team, the New York Jets.
Wow, for a Make-A-Wish kid, you need a better team to have to be a favorite team. I make a wish that you root for a different team.
make a wish to have a better team.
All right, there we go. I'm going tight end.
I'd also like to thank the NFL, the New York Jets, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Northeastern New York for giving me this opportunity tonight.
Oh my God, kid.
Yeah.
With the 15th pick
Let's go,
in the
buddy.
2023 NFL Draft, the New York Jets, Jets.
Will McDonald, linebacker.
they went with the linebacker.
Not a bad pick.
Dude, that's a pretty big moment for this kid, right? I mean, to be
Very cool.
in the Make-A-Wish, you're like terminally ill, right?
Oh, I know. It's just one of those things where I'm tired. I just want the draft to move along.
No, I'm not harping on you or anything. I'm
Oh.
just saying, like, that's what the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and like, was this his wish, or is this
pretty
like
cool.
a show of like camaraderie?
Well, yeah,
between
because
the NFL and
it said Roger Goodell said that was his wish.
that's his wish.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's pretty.
Probably could have got himself a better wish though. Should have said that you wanted to be the Jets' first round pick.
Oh yeah, like a yeah.
I want a
Right.
fully guaranteed 10-year contract by the New York Jets.
That's like the vet minimum, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy. I know they
Good
only
for him,
showed.
man. That's yeah.
I know
that's
they only
pretty
show the
heartwarming.
good highlights again, but like this kid's wow.
I mean, not everybody can be like dominant when they come into the right. Like even I don't know. I feel like you see it like 100 times, right? Like you. Who was the guy who was like who was supposed to be like unstoppable in college? Was it Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney or something?
Well, yeah, he had a decent career, but he wasn't what
Yeah,
what
but he wasn't like.
he wasn't what they thought he was going to be.
Well, nobody's ever watched it. Even like T.J. Watt, like he doesn't beat the lineman on every play, right?
No.
He's really good though. Yeah.
Oh, Washington's pick's already in. Nice.
Oh, okay. So they have it together. I appreciate you staying up until New England actually.
Well, no,
Selected.
now I got to stay in for the New England, and then Detroit's after New England, so I got to stay on for that pick too.
I swindled you, Joey. This is what I do. I'm a swindler.
So Levis is still in the war room. Oh God, ESPN's going to commercial again. I can't stand ESPN. Oh my God. ESPN.
Wait, they still got the bottom line going there, right?
ESPN loves their commercials.
Your number one rated brand in cordless outdoor power brings you the Select Cut Mower, built to exceed the power of gas. Customize the cut with Ego's revolutionary dual blade cutting system. with 3 interchangeable
But
blades,
what
featuring Ego's patented lithium battery
do you think
technology.
the Patriots are trying to aim for what they did in 2000 with the rating?
Mike, it was a lot easier when we were stationed out in Hawaii for this stuff, buddy.
Yeah, man. That's 6-hour time difference. That bails you out a lot.
Dude, remember Monday Night Football was on at like noon?
Oh, I loved it. I loved every bit of it, man. I can watch Sunday Night Football at 2 in
Dude,
the
Sunday
afternoon.
Night Football was over before dinner.
Dude, it was great. You go, you watch a game, you go to the beach, come back and you get ready for work.
Cool. Oh, it was so glorious.
I loved it. It wasn't fun getting to the bar at 7 to watch football, but you kind of
I never minded that. And in fact, college football was even better because it started at 6 a.m.
Yeah. It's just you still have time in the day to
right,
do whatever you need.
Dude. I just remember going to round table and just we'd sit there and like I said, Sunday Night Football would be over and it'd be before dinner.
Man,
was
the
great.
sun's still out. You're like,
Right.
What is this? It's Sunday night, right? Like, yeah, man, no. Yeah, I like that, man.
I can remember going there and ringing up some pretty good tabs because, like I said, you'd get there for breakfast,
Oh, yeah.
right
Where's
through
that
lunch.
place? Yeah, that was that place we went to, man. You took me to where it had the pancakes that were like the biggest pancakes
Oh my God, that
in
was
the world, man. Like,
Mac-
dude, you're like, hey, we're gonna go to this place. It was like in a hotel, right?
Yeah, it was Mac 24s. My dad, if he's still
Yeah.
on, will reply to this. And my dad was the one that actually found it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can't. So the story was
Boss Delvecchio, you with us over there? Give us a chat. What do you say? I know
his
it's getting
story
late for
was that
everybody.
him and my dad's cousin came out to visit me one time, and I couldn't get off the ship or something, and they
Would you have duty?
yeah. Their sleep clocks were all messed up and they wanted to go out for breakfast and it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning or something crazy. And they asked the person at the guest area at the hotel, and there was like a language barrier, and she like pointed down like across the street to the hotel being like, big pancakes. And my
Yeah.
dad and cousin were like, all right. So they went over there and they each ordered a stack of pancakes. And the lady brought them out and they're like, what the hell is this?
Dude, it was like the size of like a pizza.
Yeah, and there were three of them.
right? Like, yeah, that was like the, you know, the diameter of the pancake was basically like if you were to get a large pizza or a medium pizza, really,
Right.
from
And
your local pizzeria, whatever,
Right,
right?
and there
I
was
know you
three
guys
of
don't
them.
do like Papa. Yeah, they're
there's three of them stacked on top of each other.
dude. When I saw, I was like, Joe, I'm not eating all this.
There he is.
Like I
There-
do.
There he is. He responded.
What did he say? Hilton Hotel.
Washington
man.
Commanders,
There we go.
Emmanuel Forbes, defensive back, Mississippi State.
Oh, Emmanuel Forbes. Okay, so he was
So
the
Christian
next.
Gonzalez still on the board.
14 picks.
So Gonzalez was one of the people that a lot of people had the Patriots going after, but it seems like he's continuing to fall.
Maybe Gonzalez just ain't it, right?
Yeah, there must be. He had 0 interception. He had 0 interceptions in 20 and 21, but he showed the ability to track the ball and pluck it out of the air last season, picking off 4 passes. I don't know that, Mike.
Patriots have a pick.
A Patriots pick us in. Wow.
Oh,
They actually have a
whoa,
pick.
hold on. They're actually making a pick. I think it's more impressive that they're actually making a pick.
Listen. If this is not one
Wide
of the
receiver.
if this isn't one of the top receivers, I'm going to be pissed.
Probably not.
What do you think? Okay, so Joey, what do you think the pick is?
I think the pick is going to be somebody that's not ranked in the top 50 people on the draft.
Just what position?
I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
What does your gut say?
No, I don't know.
Is it tight end?
I do not know.
I got you. Really, it's weird. It's weird for you to be so.
No idea.
You know,
I have 0 clue. I have absolutely no idea.
What about? How do you feel about defensive line here? Let me.
I want a
If it
skill
was
player.
defensive line, how would you feel?
I'd be indifferent, but I want a skill player. Here we go.
You want wide receiver, running back?
Here we go.
Okay.
The New England Patriots select Christian Gonzalez, defensive back, Oregon.
Yeah, they went with Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback.
Okay. Well, that's dude. Okay.
That'd be good.
Right? Regarded as one of the top corners in this draft, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know.
It's yeah. It is what it is. I'm not thrilled with it.
I think you're just happy it's not a fullback.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way. I'm happy. I'm happy that he picked somebody that a lot of people agree should have been picked. And that it's not somebody from a Division II school that nobody's ever heard of. That
Not Cole Strange.
yeah, it's not Cole Strange, who was picked in the first round last year, but every draft expert had predicted to be a 6th or 7th round pick.
Which fitting his name was actually a strange pick.
It was certainly a strange pick. So
We'll be here all week, folks. Remember to tip your waitress.
I am happy that it's at least a known commodity. You know, he
All
doesn't
right,
seem.
Detroit.
It doesn't seem so happy. about
You know what?
Along with CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, he needs to go from size to be able to match up. Now he's got it. Still no doubt matching up, but traditionally.
All right.
I think
If
Detroit goes.
Bill drafts the
goes-
number 1 receiver and receives the additional. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't draft the number 1 receiver, and he's probably not going to draft a receiver. He'll probably take a undrafted receiver, and yeah, this is. I'm indifferent, Mikey. I'm indifferent on the pick.
I hear you, brother. It's just they just don't. He just doesn't do it. You know, Bill just doesn't. I don't.
will anyone want a quarterback? We're gonna find out as we continue in a moment.
I can see Detroit going like Hendon Hooker here. I can see that. But
You think
man,
you think they'd go Hendon Hooker before Levis?
yeah, I don't. I'm out on Levis, man. I don't know where this. I don't like Levis at all. You know, I know Mel's got his best available going there. I don't.
Does this mean you can watch your favorite teams out of market Sunday games?
My preference was offensive line and then defense. I'd like to see defense here. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
think
what's
because
the,
they went
Joey
running
Porter
back.
Jr. is the guy.
He's another big cornerback.
Yeah. We'll see here, man.
Dude, ESPN and their commercials, it's so
It's
money.
it's wild, dude. Yeah.
You don't get
Yeah.
commercials here on the Shitbank Sports Podcast.
No, you don't. You get us live and uncut. No filter, no editing. And it's not because we don't know how to do those things. It's because we want to give you, the viewer, the best experience. I mean, we could probably learn. I mean, you know, you YouTube it and you figure it out, right? Well, I mean, if I wanted to edit it, we wouldn't do a live episode. So
I tried once and I was like, yeah, this is way too complicated for me. I don't.
no, you were doing the background. We had that one episode. You were changing it and
Yeah,
everything. I thought that was fun, dude. You know.
Listen, I still struggle with using email. Okay.
Well, that's your problem. Well, that's really the person you're responding to. Problem. Yeah, I can see Detroit going corner here, defensive back, or maybe even wide receiver.
Yeah, if you know ESPN ever decides to go back to the footage of the actual.
Yeah. Well, they give you the bottom line here. They got the clock counting down.
Well, the pick
They
is
might be
in.
trading. Okay.
No, the pick's locked in.
Every time you get to that 4-minute mark, I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, you know.
I'm just traded your pick.
Yeah. What does Casey think it's going to be? What do we got going on there? What's
Casey, who we going with?
Maybe the Lucas guy, whatever his name was.
You think Levis?
Levis, yeah.
let's just.
Kentucky.
Drink this now.
Well, everybody. Well, it could be.
It's so annoying that they passed on all the receivers, and again they're gonna end up without one of the top receivers.
I mean, why don't you don't have who's the
When's their next pick?
right? You got rid of Kendrick Bourne, right?
No, Bourne's still there.
In New England,
2020
Bourne's still there.
NFL Draft.
didn't they just trade a receiver to somebody?
I know the kid that
Kobe
was
Myers they got rid of or something.
Jacoby Myers left in free agency, and so did the one that was
Okay.
with Philly. What the heck? What the who?
The guy who can't catch.
Yeah, he left.
Aguilar, Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar, he went somewhere.
Yeah,
I forget
I
what
love listening to Boston sports radio and hearing the people call in and trying to pronounce Aguilar's. It's not that they try to pronounce it; it's just they pronounce it in the
with the
in
Boston.
the northeastern accent. Yeah,
Aguilar.
Boston accent.
Aguilar.
Aguilar. Aguilar can't catch. I don't know why they
He
throw
can't catch. Guy Aguilar, he can't catch the ball.
And it's weird because Belichick's been there so long, but he doesn't have the Boston accent.
Oh no, he's got
He's not doing enough driving down Star Road Drive.
Gets you down in Worcester.
All
right, Mikey, tight end.
Oh, dude, don't do that to me.
Tight end. Tight end. It must be terrible sitting in that room, just watching everybody else go. And
Are you talking about Levis?
just being the last one in there. I'll tell you, like, if you're not taken on the first day, like, would you stick around? Like, I
Yeah,
would
you
be.
may, you know, yeah, you make the trip. You got to stick it out. What I think, what's his name was in that room for a while. Yeah, the quarterback that went to Tennessee, Malik Willis.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
got taken in like round 3 last year, and he was sitting in there. I mean, I feel bad for him, but
Here we go.
Lions will be making their second pick of the night. They took the running back Jahmyr Gibbs in a bit of a surprise at 12.
Yeah, that Gibbs pick did surprise me.
I think, you know, everything else he could just take. What's his name? You could take Levis for the company he seems to keep around.
Yes, that is
Man,
true.
might be a thing.
I mean,
Which is my theory as to why they took Aiden Hutchinson. So early.
I mean that's why AJ McCarron got drafted.
That's why AJ McCarron. Where did McCarron play? Did he play for New York?
Bengals.
Bengals? Okay, yeah.
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NFL.
Here we
Draft,
go.
The Detroit Lions select Jack Campbell, linebacker.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick, Mikey. I like that one.
Jack Campbell?
Yeah, I like that one. He's one that I wanted the Patriots to go after.
Are you serious? All right. I don't know
Um,
anything about this guy.
yeah, he's just kind of he's like a good throwback linebacker. Come on, a Hawkeye linebacker.
Oh, okay. Campbell.
Yeah,
Is it any relation to Dan?
yeah, right.
Could be a family type of
I mean, just looking at it, he just looks
Connection
like he just looks like like an old school linebacker.
yeah. I don't get excited about linebackers, man, but again, we trust, dude. I feel look, I wanted defense here. I got offense and yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mikey, I'm throwing in the towel.
He won the Butkus Award. Okay. All right, bro. We're shutting it down. I don't think either one of our teams are selecting for the rest of the night, right?
Maybe we'll follow up Saturday night or something.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
All right.
then those rounds should go a lot quicker, right?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do as like a wrap up on Saturday.
All right, man. Sounds good, dude. I'm tired. I'm sure you're exhausted.
All right, buddy.
Take it easy,
Talk-
man.
Take care later, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye.